couple of years ago, I got played a trick on Toby. Not a lot of people know exactly all the details. I haven't got all the details there tonight, but I just got a couple of them. I asked him the price of his rags and were they sold by the pound or box. He said, I'll give you the same price as commercial equipment, seems that you're buying a lot. I asked him, how do you receive your rags? By the truckload, my son, bags upon bags. Some are good, all whites, expensive, number 1 you see. Others are jeans and denims. We call these number 3s. He said, the way it is with me, clothes don't cost big bucks. I searched through the bags and can't believe my luck. There's pants and shirts that's good enough to wear, not suitable for Fern, but I don't really care. We made arrangements to meet in Lewisport, just outside the Commerce Bank. I could tell he was smiling, thinking about the money he was about to make. The conversation was going great. We even planned a tour, rest of the factory, you know. He said, by the way, who pointed you to my door? I said, a man named Ivan Gillingham, I do recall. He said, sure, he's my uncle. I said, nah. Well, I said, that being the case, sure, I'm kin, my son, to you and Fern. You see, I'm Ivan Gillingham's son. My name is Gurrin. All of a sudden, the conversation came to a stop. He started to sputter, say things he should not. Fern said, Toby, you sure can make me mad. But at 12 o'clock that night, I couldn't be more glad. The next day before noon, many calls were coming in from people wishing to tour the factory and buy some rags from him. But Toby was in a bad mood and his head was starting to spin. Now, how can I get Gurrin back, he thought. I'll get help from some of my kin. Since then, I felt sorry for Toby's sake, so I decided to give him a real good break. Bruce Porter's gunsmithing business is losing a lot of bucks. For about a month ago, I started sighting in guns, and I shot my brother Wayne Struck. Now that my story has come to an end, I hope Toby and I remain good friends. Toby's business has since been sold, and I believe he must have struck gold. He's riding in style and got money to burn. Let's everyone stand and cheer Toby and Fern.
I tell you, sir, I've got one better than that. Well, boys, I should start right off, as well, because I got quite a few with lines there. 3.5 pages, I think. Well, it says 'twas New Year's Eve as I sat in the chair. My mind contemplated the events of the year. Hunting season stood out in my head as I thought of all those moves now that may we did. The boys from Appleton went hunting this year, and the story I'm sure you will all want to hear. Wayne had bull homely, old what a fix. Uncle Ivan and Katie had either sex. Doug is not every night to say. Doug had no, jump on Doug's beard tonight. There was Doug and Lorraine, they had license for 2. And last was poor Nathan, but here you're 22. Well, they hunted the Norwest to the Steel Bridge and back, all the way to Mount Peyton, and never seen a track. They hunted in their pickups, they hunted on their quads. They crossed over ridges and held on the bogs. They hunted in the valleys and checked every hill, and crossed every clearing, but the moose are there still. The season getting short, there was no doubt. We better call Vince Wheaton to get him to take us out. Yeah. And then they called Pastor Regular, Roy, Gord, and Gurrin, Backslate, and Katie Gillingham. Each one will take a turn. Well, it was the same same old story. When they got back to town, it's just too quiet, boys. You can hear every sound. Well, they blame it on the haulers. They blame it on the bows. They blame it on the wildlife, because all they seen was cows. Well, I would have got one if it weren't for the boys, because when they're walking, they're making too much noise. But the truth of the matter, they didn't want to say, because they were shooting at moose every single day. Well, they shoot them in the leg, they shoot them in the hump. They miss and hit a rock, a hole more, or a stump. There were bullet holes everywhere, in almost every tree. They'd even found a bullet hole in the hood of a LTD. Well, there's moose walking crippled and limp everywhere. The wolves won't have to worry. There'll be lots of meat this year. First page. Well, the scope is the problem. It's off a little bit. I'll take it down to Pastor Regler. He'll fix it good and quick. He said, yes, I can fix it. Don't worry about it, chaps. But he fired off a box of bullets, just twisting on the cap. Well, if you want it done, then take it up to Gurrin. Those poor old boys from Appleton, but will they ever learn? Why don't you take it down to the pastor? Gurrin said with a grin. It won't take me very long before I'll say her in. So Gurrin leaned across the bonnet to shoot at a tree, but when he pulled the trigger, he shot the LTD. Well, after many trips with everyone they knew, like the whole woman in the shoe, they knew what to do. Although it was against the grain and losing all their pride, they had to come to Norris Arm to try and find the gun. Well, me and Leroy got together. Someone told them of our powers. We knew if we didn't get their moose, they'd be wanting all of ours. Well, first was Leroy to the rescue. He took in Nathan and Roy, and before the dawn had fully broken, a cow went running by. Take your time, don't get nervous, Leroy whispered in Nathan's ear. 'Tis a perfect shot from where you're standing, 'cause she's right out there in the clear. Well, after all the shots were over, and the rifle had cooled down, Leroy's ears may still be ringing, but one cow lay on the ground. Woo! Next came Ivan. He was desperate. Katie, too, was quite in doubt. Again, it was the same old story. Get their moose or the showers out. Well, he took him in across a clearing. You stay here and keep a eye. I'll try and drive one to you, and you can shoot it as it runs by. Sure enough, one shot blasted. Another moose was lying cold. Heart attack, more than likely, for we can't find no bullet holes. Well, then came Doug. Let's Doug back now. Then came Doug to my door knocking. He said, "Can you help me, Toby?" he cries. 'Cause the Gillians wouldn't get one if they were out there tickets flies. So I took him in on the ski trail, told him where the moose would be. Then I circled in around him and drove one out so he could see. Well, like a flash, the gun was booming. Bullets were flying round my head. I hit the dirt and lay there waiting till another moose was finally dead. So that was three boys taken care of. Little by little, we're making game. Now there's one guy left to favor, that tall man we all call him. Well, and when it comes to pride and arrogance, egotism and self-esteem, of all the Gillians that are living, he's the hit that I've seen. You see, he wouldn't come to Norris Arm. His pride wouldn't let him take a turn. But after all, he must admit it, he did break down and call Gurrin. Well, Gurrin reined him up early, hunted till the close of day. Now totally disgusted because three more moose had got away. Well, one final walk across this middle, through the hollers just ahead. If we're lucky, we will see one, or maybe find one already dead. Swish, swish, went Wayne's jacket as it passed each limb that day. "Jump and drench," Gurrin shouted. "Every moose you'll drive away." "Breathe and roaring," Wayne called. "I didn't know what to wear. Why wouldn't you buy me a suit like the one you got on there?" Just as the fight got started, up jumps bull, cow, calf, and runs. Wayne and Gurrin with eyes wide open as they scrambled for their guns. The big bull stopped and glanced back. Maybe he too had a laugh. 9 shots were fired that fine evening, but they came home with the calf. Well, Doug needed one more moose. I had no more time to spare, so he had to call Ivan to finish out the hunt this year. To the towering Norris Arm, Ivan took him before daylight. A cop stopped him on their jury for hunting while it was still night. When the dawn broke, a moose was standing, a great big cow, tall and fat. Poor old Ivan couldn't see her. He must have been at blind as a bat. This is all true. Doug grabbed the gun, took careful aim. He could taste her in the pan. The moose moved and Ivan saw it and grabbed the gun from Dougie's hand. For a while there was a struggle as to who would make the play. But before it was decided, the big cow ran away. Well, then Gurrin called Doug and offered assistance. "I'll get your moose, no need to doubt." And on the bog, just as daylight, they saw 2 moose come running out. Well, Gurrin grabbed the gun and started running and hid behind a small tree. He took off his rubber pants and jacket so he could be completely free. Then standing slowly, he was ready with the scope up to his eye. But by now the bog was empty, for the moose had bid goodbye. Poor old Doug was quite disgusted, and I'm sure you understand. After all, he was hunting with the best guide in the land. Well, here's the moral of the story, and I'm sure you all agree. If a guide is what you're needing, forget Gurrin and call me. Well, there's one other little thing I got there. Just one second. As Gurrin told us, because he knew I was going to do it, he shot Wayne's truck. Wayne, sure enough, come in bullhole in the cab. So, I mean, not all was lost. I had to hit something for him, you know. After all, he was a successful hunter. So I had to get a T-shirt that said, "Successful hunter." By the way, Gurrin, it come right from the rags. So I'd like to present you now with this T-shirt as your certificate. Congratulations.